Hey everyone, the Trade Desk reported first quarter 2023 earnings results, and in this video I'm going to review the big picture items from those earnings that I think you should know. I'm also going to update my buy recommendation on the Trade Desk stock. Going into these earnings results, I had the Trade Desk stock recommended as a buy. And in these earnings results, at the end of this video, I'll update that recommendation. So you're not going to want to miss that. So let's get started. Revenue increased by 21% in the first quarter for the trade desk. Earnings per share improved to 2 cents, and that was an improvement from a loss per share of 3 cents in the same quarter the prior year. What makes these results truly impressive is that in the first quarter, overall, the advertising industry declined by 7.5%. So the trade desk grew revenue by 21% despite a falling industry in advertising, right? So that's what's impressive, that the trade desk continues to do this. This wasn't the first quarter that they outperformed the market. They've been doing this now for at least 3 straight quarters where they're delivering robust revenue growth despite the headwinds in the advertising market. Now, imagine how the trade desk will perform when the advertising industry rebounds, right? That's what has trade desk stock investors truly enthusiastic about the stock. Marketers that choose to use the trade desk to advertise have access to over 120 million connected TV devices. That's a huge area of growth for the trade desk, which continue to increase in the current quarter. Trade Desk is benefiting from increasing streaming consumption, right? More people are watching their content through streaming instead of cable or satellite connection. And that's great news for the Trade Desk because it sells digital advertising inventory. And that was only boosted in the recent huge announcements from Netflix, which, after nearly a decade of resisting having an ad supported version, launched its ad supported version, which created a boost in inventory where marketers can buy up those slots for advertising to access the over 220 million subscribers that watch Netflix content. Disney Plus also launched its ad supporting streaming service, and Disney Plus has over 100 million streaming subscribers worldwide. So these are over 300 million streaming subscribers that now marketers can access, and they can access them through the trade desk, which they can use to programmatically buy that advertising inventory. And of course, remember, digital advertising is much more attractive to marketers than legacy methods of advertising because they can measure and target more precisely than they otherwise could, because you get more data from a streaming subscription from a streaming viewer than you can from a traditional viewer. So all of that has been a huge tailwind for the trade desk and looks to be a tailwind continued for the next several years, if not for the next decade. And remember that the advertising market is massive. It's an $800 billion market, and an increasing share of that is moving to digital channels, right? Marketers are moving their funds away from legacy places, legacy methods like newspapers or physical magazines, billboards. They're moving money out of those areas and moving it into digital channels like social media, connected TV, and on, right? Because those they can measure and target more precisely, which reduces waste. So they're willing to pay more to advertise in those methods versus previous methods. All right, so I did not notice anything in these quarters results to change my recommendation on the trade desk stock. I had the stock rated as a buy going into these earnings. I would reiterate that recommendation as a buy. It's not one of my favorite stocks to buy. It's not one of my top stocks to buy, and that's namely because of its valuation. It's not a cheap stock. So for that reason, it's not one of my top stocks to buy, but I do have the stock rated as a buy. And I had it going into it, and going out of the earnings, I would reiterate that recommendation. All right, that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.